So the war in Ukraine is still rumbling on. It's not as funny as it used to be when Redditors were clamouring to go over there and volunteer to be exploded for updates. They seem to have learnt that wasn't the best idea after the first wave of them got splattered and it came out that the Ukrainians didn't even want them there and they were just sending them to the front lines to get rid of them. But it still has its amusing moments as Russia have taken Mariupol and defeated the Azov Nazis. But apparently, according to Western media, Ukraine losing one of their biggest cities is a huge victory for Ukraine. Look, it doesn't have to make any sense whatsoever. You should know that by now. Sending all your men into war, getting them slaughtered and then losing so it was all for naught is just pure winning, okay? Just watch the TV and believe everything you see and hear and be a good little NPC. So speaking of war criminals, I come on to today's subject, George W. Bush. Now this piece of excrement, along with my old UK Prime Minister, Tony Blair, are responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of citizens in Iraq because they got bored one day, felt like having a bit more oil than they already had, and decided to pretend Saddam Hussein had some totally real weapons of mass destruction, guys, and leveled Iraq to the ground for a bit of fun, just because they could. And George Bush was also, before Joe Biden groped enough children to earn him passage into the White House, the dumbest man to have ever held a position of power in the world. He even has a Wikipedia entry dedicated to his total and abject stupidity. This man was incredibly stupid, and he didn't even have late-stage dementia to blame. But thankfully, because he's so incredibly dumb, we get this clip when he was speaking at some event tonight about the Russia-Ukraine war, and it really is quite eye-opening. Let's listen to it, shall we?
In contrast, Russian elections are rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine.
Oh wow, that's really quite a Freudian slip you have right there, buddy. Maybe you can join O.J. Simpson in writing a book entitled If I Did It or something, I don't know. The truth comes out in funny ways, doesn't it? The subconscious is strange like that. I'm glad that all the atrocities he caused for no reason other than he felt like it and to keep the war machine kickbacks going are clearly still haunting him. Hopefully it gets worse for him. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, boy.